Hello guys, welcome back. It's your boy Minifez. I'm back with another video. As you can see by my bed, it's pretty messy right now because I just came back from Euros and just threw everything on my bed. But yeah, I did throw Euros, so I'm not going to talk about it in this video. I'll make a separate video with my deck profile and everything. I did end up going 8-3 and lost round 10 because I forgot the clock existed. But yeah, we're not going to talk about that this video. But here we have a feature match from the Dueling Plaza. They're a Discord community which are running tournaments and free tournaments and events, stuff like that. They've invited me to become the YouTuber that features the matches on the channel, etc, etc. So yeah, I'll be doing that going future with a bunch of matches from their Discord and events and tournaments, stuff like that. If you ever want to take part in this tournament, I'll leave a link to their Discord down in the description below. This is the final of a recent tournament they had. Looks like Yokeman wins the die roll, well, rock, paper, scissors, and decides to go first. Looks like we have Tier versus Lab here. Plus the main deck Super Poly. Super Poly is going to be really good in this match, I feel. Good sending Trivikama to add planet. Okay. And then looks like Kai's taking time to read. No shame in that. Then they go King of the Swamp to add the Poly. Then Perlareno to add Rhino. Scream, summon Rhino. He doesn't imperm this. Probably because they know the Poly. But I feel imperming Rhino is like the only good imperm in the deck. So I don't know why you wouldn't imperm this. If he did imperm that, that would have stopped the tier plays entirely. Because he milled 0 tiers, but I don't know. It's always hard to find out where to imperm in this matchup. Sends Havness off the Rhino and uses Defect Diffuse into Rukalos, then sets Super Poly and passes. Okay, and then the Lab player's turn is just going to be set 5. We'll see which 5 they decide to set. Okay, so they decide to keep the one of the Torrentials in hand. Alright. And then end phase, the tier player is probably going to pop something with Perlareno. Yep. Hits the Book of Moon, which is probably the worst back row from Kai. Goes Imperm on Rukalos, negating Scream in the process. Then goes Big Welcome to Summon Lady. Yep. And then I assume they're going to Special Lady. Yep. And then let's Yokeman continue. They start with Poly. Kai responds with D barrier. It looks like Yokeman's thinking here. And a Super Poly. Fusing Rukalos and the Lady into Dragostopelia. And looks like Kai Torrentials here. I actually believe the Torrential misses timing. Because Chainlink 1 was D barrier. So no monsters were summoned as Chainlink 1. So I'm pretty sure that Torrential should not have gone through there. But it's... but we'll see what happens anyway. Okay. So they just summoned Keldo and attacked. And Kai drew Ariana. Normals Ariana and uses the effect. Oh, it looks like they're talking about Torrential missing timing in the chat, so we'll see if anything happens there. Okay, looks like they are indeed rewinding the game state. So we're back to Dragostopelia plus Rhino on board. And then they take the damage. And then Kai draws for turn. Alright. They summon Ariana, and Yokeman's going to trigger the Scream here. And chain Dragos to Pelia, and then Kai's going to chain Torrential in response. Mill free, and they do hit the Merly, which is pretty big for Yokeman here. Kai adds the Lab, and then triggers the Merly, fusing into the big fusion, and then triggering the field spell to pop the fusion, then triggering the fusion to summon back and send another name. Yep, there's Sharon. Then triggering Sharon to fuse. Kai chains Lady to summon, which seems a bit risky to summon without any back row, but I guess if you don't want to get Rule Kalos, which does make sense. Okay, so Kai just sets one and then passes turn. And Yokeman draws another Super Poly. Pretty crazy. They summon Keldo and trigger Scream. Use the Tearlament Kashtira to mill 2. Use a Guido to mill 5. And hits Merly. And Scream. And then Kai admits defeat, which makes sense. Alright, game 2. So Kai will go first here. Looks like they have opened Stovey, Double Eradicator, Big Welcome Lady, and they have to beat Druisworm, Rhinoheart, Fenrir, Burial Goods plus Pearl Arena. Okay, so they're going, starting with Stovey, pitching one of the Eradicators to set the Welcome, then set 2, and then Special Lady and pass. Draw Super Poly. Okay. Well, let's see if Kai plays into the Super Poly. I think the play Kai should make here is just start with Eradicator, because you have Welcome plus Big Welcome as the follow-up, and you already know Yokeman's on the Super Poly, so I don't think you should risk going Welcome first. Let's see what Kai does. And they have started with the big Welcome. I guess Big Welcome's fine as well, because they can go Special Lovely, bounce the Lady. Then they can go Chainlink 1 Lovely to rip a card out hand, and Chainlink 2 Eradicator to get rid of all the spells. Looks like Yokeman's going to chain Druisworm to stop the Lady setting one, but that's fine. Chainlink 3, Kai uses Welcome. Okay, that's a misplay, because that plays into the Super Poly now. Well, now Kai loses, without a doubt. So, sets D barrier, specials Lovely, bounces Coup Clock, then Super Poly. Yep. Lovely Chainlink 1, Super Poly Chainlink 2, pitching Fenrir to fuse both into Garura. Yep, Kai should have played around the Super Poly there, but it is what it is. I don't think Yokeman's losing here. And the card they sniped is Foolish Burial Goods, which is useless because they already have the Pearl Arena anyway. And yep, Kai just scoops there. Well, since that was such a short final match, I will go ahead and feature the third place match very shortly. Keep in tune for the third place match. I'll probably upload it like 30 minutes to an hour after this upload, so stay tuned.
I don't play unless you talking Yugi. You wanna smoke? I can tell you what I do see. Leave you in pieces like a burning ring from Ubi. You know we're running up. My skills are kinda